Action.
Hello, my name is the Artsy sister, and this is Saturnastra Marduke. We are starting with chapter 15, The Calm Before the Storm. Once again, I was sitting down before the lighted candle. Silvano blew out the candle and he opened the windows. Together we cleaned the magic circle as best we could. When the preparations were concluded, I sat beside my mother. Silvano used his healing magic and he restored her body. When he was done, I bent over her and I breathed her soul back into her shell. Slowly she awoke. She had the look of someone who had a peaceful rest. Smiling, she stroked my face and she said, "Marduke, I am glad you came to see your poor mother. I feel regenerated just having you nearby." She then glanced at the mage nervously. Taking her hand in mine, I said, "That is Silvano, mother. He's the one that cured your illness." Silvano passed his hand over his forehead and he responded, "I can't take all the credit." He sat on the couch and he breathed a sigh of relief. Softly, I heard the door opening. My little sister Cleo was peeping within. She saw that her mother was awake. Mother too saw Cleo, and she stretched her hands to beckon her daughter to her. Seeing this, Cleo raced to her mother and she hugged her. It was a quite beautiful, tender moment. I left Silvano sleeping on the couch and went to tell the others the good news. The first one I saw was my grandmother. Cheerfully I said to her, "I battled with death and I have been victorious. Mother lives." At first she doubted her senses. My news was confirmed by Cleo, who skipped out of the sick room. She went towards her brother, who was sitting in the hallway. Grabbing him by the arm with her tiny hands, she made him stand. Cheerfully she said to him, "Big brother spare wizard cured mother." Soon the entire household was assembled inside my mother's room. Everyone inside was quite impressed by Silvano's progress as a healer. Things were quite peaceful for the rest of the day. We all dined in the garden. My friends also attended the dinner party after hearing the news. We all had a wonderful celebration that went on till late at night. Time?
12 minutes.
During dinner, grandmother prepared a ball to celebrate my mother's resurrection. There was a lot of drinking and dancing. I opened the proceedings by dancing with my mother. She took turns dancing with all her dear friends. Silvano abstained from the dancing. He simply watched while lazily lying on the sofa. From time to time, a servant or a soldier would pester him. They all had either a sore or a malady that needed healing. I made even went as far as to ask him to bless her child. When the celebrations were finished, my grandmother showed my friends to their guest room. I took my siblings to their bed. Leo was the one most reluctant to sleep. He truly did miss me a lot. Before going to sleep, I had a private meeting with my grandmother's study. She seemed a bit pensive. She was sitting on the couch before the fire. I lay down on the sofa to also stare at the flames. In her usual straightforward fashion, she asked me, "Where do you get the wizard?" "I got him from Bersame. He asked me to keep an eye on him," I said coolly. "That much I've heard," answered my grandmother. "From Bersame," I retorted. She flinched and then she added, "Yes, from Bersame." "Don't worry, I don't blame you for obeying Bersame. We all do what we must to survive," I said, yawning a little. "Yes, we all must do all to survive," she said with a pained expression. "Relax, in a few days Bersame will be nothing more than a distant memory," I said. Can you really do it, my grandson?" she said, this with a trembling in her voice. "Have a little faith. Worst comes to worst, he kills me and he takes the mage back with him." I said the nonchalantly rising from my seat. I left her pensive before the fire. In the darkness, I made my way back to my room. I took off my party clothes and performed my nightly libations. I then changed into my pajamas and went inside my bed. A few minutes later, Bruno entered in tiptoes into my room. In a soft, grunting voice, he said, "Are you awake?" "Now I am," I snapped back. "I don't want to sound like a sourpuss, but tomorrow we should prepare for the final battle," he said, this trembling. "There won't be any. Trust me, I have a plan." I said this with most utter certainty. "You don't mean your pet wizard. You saw for yourself that he is powerless against Bersame," he snapped. "Silvano may be powerless, but I am not," I said confidently. I don't know. I have always seen you fight. You may be quick on your feet, but a good smack always lays you flat on the ground. His observation was not off the mark. The last time Bertram gave me a smack, he did lay me flat on the ground with one hit. I sat up and looked at Bruno in the darkness. Look, Bruno, I was always holding back. I am holding back even at this instant. Bruno bent over me and he patted my head. He added, well, Squirt, let's hope that your hidden powers are strong enough to defeat Bertram. Time?
9 minutes.
Afterwards, he left the room as noisily as he arrived. A half an hour later, the twins came in my room. I noticed a present when one pulled my cheek. I looked to the left and to the right. Both twins were inside my bed, giggling like girls. Since they were so close, I noticed that their breaths stunk of booze. Rulo held my hand to my face and forced me to face him. In a faint voice, he said, you know, there is something that I always wanted to tell you. And then Roy pulled at me and he said, no, I want to tell him. And then both of the drunkards said, I love you, Marduke, but not like a dude. And I'd be like, what the hell are you even going on about? I said, well, you know, we like you, man, and we're gonna miss you. I kicked both drunken idiots out of the bed, and I got out of bed and pointing at the open door and saying, get out. And then both twins looked hurt, and then they said, well, we'll see you at your funeral then. Little by little, I got more nightly visits for all of the friends I had made back in Veragerung. The last people who visited were my adopted brother and sister Cleo and Leo. They said in a whiny tone, big brother, we had a nightmare. I took Cleo in my arms and we went to Leo's room. After half an hour, they finally felt like going to sleep. Once again, I tried to return to my bedroom in order to have a good night's sleep. The second I laid in the bed, I felt that there was somebody within. In a sweet voice, jovial, she said to me, Marduke, want me to make a man out of you? You know, it's your last night in the world of the living, so you might as well make the best of it. She sat on top of me, slowly unbuttoning her blouse. I took her in my arms and I carried her out of the room. During that short trip, she kissed me in my mouth and my face and neck. When I arrived, I took her into her bed and I said to her coldly, I think we should stay as friends. And she snapped, you're mean. I returned to my room, to my bed, and this time I checked for intruders before entering within. A few minutes later, Cano in his bat form landed on top of my face. In a low screech, he said, are you awake? Yes, I'm still awake. I'm trying to sleep, you lunatics. Time?
6 minutes.
I said angrily. What are we going to do about Bertram? He asked, shivering. I removed him from my face and I placed him on my empty pillow. Relax, I have a plan, I said, patting his tiny bad ear. Cannon sneezed a little and he added, your plan better be good, otherwise we are doomed. After he said this, he flew out the window. Seconds later, he flew back inside and he perched on top of my head. With curiosity, he asked, what is your plan anyway? I will challenge Bertram to a duel. Hopefully, when he is defeated, his army will be so scared of me that they will leave. I said this getting the stupid bat out of my face. I like your plan. It is simple and straight to the point. I only have to add, are you insane? You can't expect to defeat Bertram in single combat. Worry not, Sivano will be helping me win from the distance, I added. Don't you think Bertram will notice a few occasional lightning spells coming his way, he added. Relax, I will make certain that he does not stand out much. This explanation did not suffice for Cano. Seeing that I was bent on this course of action, he departed. A few minutes later, Abby entered on tiptoeing into the room. She sat at the edge of my bed. In a soft voice, she asked, are you awake? Yes, I said, resigned to my fate. She said nothing for a while. She then added, what are you speech of yours? Nothing, I answered. Nothing, she repeated. She then added, why are you risking your neck out for that guy you hardly know? I helped him because I had the power to do so. I was not convinced by this response. She didn't believe in pure altruism. She left the room quickly. Out in the hallway, I heard her say to someone, your lover awaits. Seconds later, Sivano entered my room. In the darkness, he sat on the edge of my bed. He hesitated a little and then he said, I wanted to thank you, my dude, for everything. Leaving so soon, I asked. I have no choice. Frankly, I doubt that even you might defeat Bertame. He later added, I need to go far away to a place he cannot find me. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but if I lose, Bertame will easily find you. The mage moaned after he heard me say this. You just want me to wait and cross my fingers, he asked. It would not kill you to lend me a hand, I snapped. Fine, he later added in resignation. How am I to help you? When the time comes, Karina will pick you up. You will be able to aid me from the safety of her inner world. Should I lose, she will send you to a place where Bertame will not find you. My reassurance relaxed Sivano a little. Nervously, he added, you still have not told me how you want me to help you. Smiling, I said, I want you to pray for me. Wish with your entire heart for me to win. He rose from my bed and departed. Oh yeah, the time?
3 minutes, 10 seconds.
By now, dawn was breaking, and when I was finally able to sleep, from what I heard, I slept till noon. My mother and my grandmother were kind enough to station a maid to ward away a wanted visitor. During the afternoon, I had a very pleasant dream. I was in the middle of a spring forest. A gentle breeze would pass over the flowers. As I walked, I heard the giggling of girls around me. Suddenly, two delicate hands covered my eyes. The maiden behind me smelled like gardenias. In a melodious voice, she asked, guess who I am? Putting her hands on my face, I said, you are my sweet Melina. Standing before me was a fragile-looking nymph. Her lovely blonde hair was decorated with flowers of all colors and variety. She wore a silky white dress. Her cute nymph eyes had a playful pink color. Smiling, she said, Pooh, it's been a bore without you, big brother. I've been busy, I said. You want to play with me, she asked. For the rest of the dream, I spent it playing games with my sister and her other nymph friends. It was truly quite a pleasant dream. Truly, I wish I never had to wake up. By noon, I rose from my bed. I could feel in the distance Bertame approaching. In a nonchalant kind of way, I got dressed and brushed and ready to head out. We had a lot of present shots and the like. Once I finished, I went and spoke to Canon in private. We spoke while waiting inside the mini forest inside of Grandma's citadel. Looking steadily at him, I said, I need you to deliver a message to Bertame. Can you send someone else? It is ancient berserker tradition to slay the bringer of bad news. Time?
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's tradition to kill the messenger. He said, cowering a little. I thought you were an immortal. I thought so too, but lately I have been having my doubts, said Canon, musing a little. Look, if you're afraid of Bertame, I could give you a charm to keep you safe. This cheered Canon up a little. In his bad form, he asked, since when can you use magic? It's not magic per se. I will simply make it easy for you to escape from Bertame in case he goes crazy on you. I had his bad foot bite down into my index finger. It drew some blood. Afterwards I said to Canon, look, should you get in trouble, just picture in your mind where you want to go. Should you get knocked out or seriously injured,
We have 30 seconds.
you will be teleported to my side. Alright, we'll continue later. Bye bye, God bless.